Where we give you the highlights of the news bulletins of the week every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Akumaringa Christine. Let's dive straight into the stories that made headlines throughout the week. As an initiative to improve and uplift the standards of operations of the health workers and referral hospitals across the country, the ICT Hub has been commissioned at Arua Regional Referral Hospital. The hub is part of the 17 hubs meant for all the 17 major hospitals in the country. Benson Pastore reports more.
Health Service Commission has officially commissioned the Arua Regional Referral Hospital ICT Hub to Hospital Director. This handover was done on Thursday, 16th of July 2024 at the hospital premises, witnessed by some key stakeholders at the hospital. This initiative is to improve and uplift the standard of operations of the health workers and the referral hospitals across the country. Professor Pius Okong, Chairman Health Service Commission Uganda, highlighted on how this system will help the health workers and the operation at the hospital.
One of the things we do is to ensure that health workers have access to computers and internet for their own good, so that they can do research, they can increase their knowledge in different fields, government policies. So the use of these computers, 5 of them, which are delivered here, with the printer, the router, the internet, the switch, so forth. It's not only for them to be able to apply for jobs, but also for those businesses. It's important that they have this special applied for jobs, because the system that we use online is recognizing specifications of documents which are scanned using certain standards.
Lukasime Iya, the acting director of Arua Regional Referral Hospital, said this initiative has come timely and community members will benefit a lot in it.
ICT Hub has come timely, and the Service Commission has given the community an opportunity to run their applications here. It's free, and the system comprises of a scanning machine, computers, and the internet link. So all you have to do is come with documents, they'll be scanned for you, then upload them onto the platform and apply easily. You don't have to struggle with where to scan and how to log in things, because this platform has been set here. It's not only for the hospital, it's for anybody in the region. So if you are from Arua, you can just come and get access and log in the portal and apply like any other person.
Victor Waswa, the ICT officer with the Health Service Commission, updates the public with the ICT equipment that has been installed and the general cost.
We installed computers, six all-in-one computers, which are costing about 21 million. Then we have installed the printers, one printer actually. And we have also acquired the covers, the laptop covers for each of the 6. Plus we have given them a Wi-Fi router and a TCP port switch for them to be able to share the wired internet. For all the regional referrals, it costs 165 million.
Anita Joyce, a health worker at Arua Regional Referral Hospital, also explains how this ICT hub will help them as health workers.
First of all, in the dynamics of doing our interviews and applying for these jobs, there's a lot of costs that we incur. Moving from Arua, that long distance to Kampala, looking for where those offices are, going to those stairs and what, at times in the lifts, with what, things that we are not used to in our district. It will cut off all those. To make it easy for us to apply for the jobs whenever they are advertised, and also it will make it easy for us to do our interviews, because the interviews are going to be online. And also as a nurse and working in the hospital, we have so many research that we are doing. The hub will also strengthen our capacities in doing our research.
Over 17 regional referral hospitals in all the parts of Uganda are set to benefit from this initiative of ICT Hub, and this will help both the health workers and the community members across the country. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television Nilecast.
In Zombo District, Honorable Kuruchin Grace Freedom, the Senior Presidential Advisor, has offered medical items to the Health Center 3 in Zombo District. The donation comes as part of a give back to the people of Zombo District. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Many residents, especially the women in Zombo District, have joined the rest of their colleagues to express excitement over the donation of assorted medical drugs, saying it has come timely since drug shortage has been their biggest challenge, particularly during admissions. The assorted drugs, packed in boxes, were donated by Honorable Kuruchin Grace Freedom, Senior Presidential Advisor on Performance of NGOs in Uganda, with support from Right Honorable General Moses Ali, the Second Deputy Prime Minister, and Munazamat Al-Dawa Al-Islamiyah organizations. While handing over the items to Zombo District Health Department on Monday, 15th July 2024 at Warel Center 4, Honorable Kuruchin said the assorted medical drugs will help the health center of Warel Center 4, Amonyo Health Center 3, Paida Health Center 3, and Pakada Health Center 3 respectively.
So I was able to get some assorted drugs for Warel Health Center 4, for Paida Health Center 3, for Amonyo Health Center 3, and for Pakada Health Center 3. Today I have handed them over to the district team so that they can manage it. She further commended General Moses Ali for helping the people of Zombo District with such an offer. She added that many women out there will benefit very much from these assorted medical drugs. I want to appreciate General Moses Ali very much because he managed to put me in that program. And this, I have done it for the whole district so that there is no segregation when it comes to health, when it comes to development, when it comes to, so that everybody benefits from it. Whether you are a different party, whether you're a different religion, whether you're a different sub-county and so on, these are facilities which is meant to enhance our life. I want to thank General Moses Ali and the organization so much.
It is on record that it is very rare for a politician to donate assorted medical supplies, but sometimes they fail to donate cash handout to please their electorates. Therefore, according to many in Zombo District, what Honorable Kuruchin Grace Freedom has done will never be forgotten in the history of Zombo because it is the first time they are receiving such an offer. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
The Aringa community in Yumbe District came together to hold their first ever culture gala for the youths and children. This was at a function attended by the Aringa sons and daughters, well-wishers, political and cultural leaders at Gomba Playgrounds, where the leaders asked for the event to be organized annually. Farish Majid reports.
In a function graced by hundreds of guests and participants drawn from different clans of Aringa Kingdom and the Dinka community among others, the inaugural Yumbe District Cultural Gala for Children and Youth successfully took place at Boma Grounds in Yumbe District on the 17th of July 2024. At the event celebrated under the theme Intergenerational Transfer, Sustainability of African Traditions and Peaceful Coexistence, Messages of Peace, Unity and History of Aringa People dominated the speeches of the day with the aim of promoting culture for future generations. And Emani Austin, Yumbe District Community Development Officer, says the event was organized with the aim to protect the Aringa culture against degeneration due to influx of other cultures emerging in the area.
Our main reason why we decided to handle this event is one, if you take West Nile, most of our cultures were very positive cultures, we are already losing them. And then secondly, some of the elders have some basic knowledge about some of these culture, but soon if they are to die, and then it means that we shall lose them for good. Then the other thing is also staying with the refugees. So we came and decided that no, one of the things which we need to do is to have a specific activity for children and youth so that these traditions, cultures can be transferred and it can also be sustained within our community.
As of Mahad, the district youth chairperson have implored the fellow Aringa youths to be proud of their culture so as to promote it.
For the Aringas who are not even proud of themselves, so the speaking of it, the language itself, when they go to other places, they are still not proud. We are saying they should come back and admire their own culture. It is us to promote it for others to love. If we don't promote our own culture, others are not going to know how important it is. But we are saying, the young people, we want to start admiring and promoting and preserving this culture through consulting the elders. That's why today we were able to mobilize or invite all the cultural leaders present to be able to share with us what were our cultural values from our people when they came from Lulwe. Lulwe is far in our local language.
Meanwhile, Lemiriga Kujofadil, the Prime Minister of Aringa Kingdom, appeals for promotion of language as a factor to preserve the culture.
Currently, I'm speaking in English. This is not my language. I would have narrated this situation, this story here better if it was in Aringati. But if I speak in Aringati, not many people will be able to get it because Aringati has a very limited confluence. So it affects this. So the use of language, and we must be able to teach this language right from primary. Let books be produced in Aringati, and they must begin teaching them in primary and nursery schools, and these languages must be taught in secondary institutions and up to university, the same way Luganda is taught. Language is the critical thing.
Asiku Abdumtwalib, the Yumbe District Chairperson, is of the view that the event needs to be marked annually with the budget allocated so as to foster unity and sanity among the masses.
I see that by organizing these cultural events, it helps to restore the sanctity of the culture of the people of Yumbe District. And therefore, this is the way to go. As the political head of the district, in a way of ensuring that we continue with such programs, I'm going to engage the District Executive Committee and the District Council to, in the budget of the districts annually, ensure that at least there's a budget that is appropriated for organizing the cultural gala for the youth and also for the other category of the people of Yumbe District.
John Bosco Tumwesije, Yumbe District Resident District Commissioner, who was also the chief guest at the function, lauded the parents for sticking to the African traditions.
I thank the parents who have stood brave to shine voices that are contrary to the African culture. And hence turned into responsible and productive citizens of Uganda. I urge you all to cherish and protect African culture, values and norms, and do not throw away our culture in order to become modern.
The cultural gala was organized by Yumbe District Local Government with support from organizations such as UNHCR, Plan International, Watch Child, among others. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nalkas.
Different stakeholders within Adjumani District at large gathered to witness the handover ceremony of the Chief Administrative Officer of Adjumani District. Wanzima Alan reports.
Various stakeholders from Adjumani District gathered together to witness the handover of the outgoing Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Granville Oriono Omonda, which took place at Adjumani District, where he handed over the office equipment and other working tools to the new incoming Chief Administrative Officer, who was transferred from Soroti to Adjumani District. During the handover ceremony, Mr. Granville Oriono Omonda, the outgoing Chief Administrative Officer of Adjumani, said they had a good working relationship in the district, saying they have been instrumental in service delivery with implementing partners and other offices within the district.
Office of the Prime Minister and development partners, we have been very, very instrumental in service delivery. For us, we call ourselves the Big Five. I've been together. That's why I'm requesting you to maintain that collaborative.
Mr. Granville Oriono Omonda, however, said there are some pending issues like the new administration block, which is not operational, and collected revenues, which he tasked the new cow to do the follow-up of them.
The district office, mainly South Sudanese refugees, for a long period now, we run a project called Integration Project, which supports the plight and the impact of refugees in the district. I also inform you to take it up and the project integration. There are few court cases, but they are very sensitive. Invest yourself in it. The new administrative unit created recently are not yet being funded by the government. Therefore, I call you to make a follow-up to see to it that funding is given to the new administrative unit. The local revenue for last financial year is 1.6 billion, which represents about 83%. I request you to step ahead of me to collect 100%. So you need to engage key stakeholders who will support you to raise the revenue required to run the system.
Mr. O'Shane James Andrew, the incoming Chief Administrative Officer of Ajumani, during the ceremony, thanked all the people of Ajumani District for welcoming him, member of the implementing partners, and asked for cooperation so that together they can achieve the targets in the due course of his stay in the office.
I thank you very much for having received me. They received me and gave me a nod for me to come and serve in Ajumani. So I only need your cooperation. I need your cooperation, the technical team of Ajumani, the security team, equally also need your cooperation, and the political team, plus the other partners who we do work with. If you don't lend a hand, I will not be able to achieve. Therefore, through your cooperation, you should be able to do a little bit more.
Honorable Anyama Ben, the district chairperson LC5 Ajumani, assured the people that Ajumani is a good place since the outgoing leader left in peace, and therefore said it is going to be the same when his time comes for him to leave the office, since they're working together for the benefit of the people.
I have not worked in the last 3 years with 4 cows. But the removal of these 4 cows are all not my problem. No. In your presence, I want to assure, say, will remain here until when this time comes. But if you here, I myself am responsible for this removal, you call me, I will resign my position. But say you are in a good path, you are safe, and you will continue to be safe until your time comes like Granville.
Mr. Granville Oriono Omonda, the outgoing Chief Administrative Officer, has served for 2 years and a half before he was taken to Butaleja District, and currently the new Chief Administrative Officer for Ajumani District, Mr. O'Shane Andrew James, was brought in the district from Soroti District. Peace Ushaki, Onshima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
There is hope for the good health of the people in Zombo district following the handover of the maternity ward and staff houses to the district authority. The construction was given to BMK Construction Company Limited, which the leaders believe will improve on the health of the locals. Alfred Jawok reports.
BMK Construction Company Limited this afternoon, 15th July 2024, handed over maternity ward and staff quarters at Warel Center 4 to Zombo District Local Government upon completion. This initiative aims to bolster health management activities across the district. Health staff and expectant mothers were not able to get services at the facility due to inadequate structures at the facility. Honorable Yulu James Sorona, the Zombo District LC5 chairman, highlights the superior effectiveness of the newly handed structures compared to traditional maternity wards built in 1986, boosting an efficiency rate surpassing processing 80% of patients from across the district.
We are technically receiving this facility, and we are also happy that at least we progressed up to this extent. This is great achievement, and we want to appreciate and thank Ministry and Government of Uganda for this wonderful initiative. Because such building, others also they are in need, but we are lucky to receive such facility. So it will solve some problems within this facility and Zombo at large.
Grace Atim, the RDC Zombo district, underscores the structure's pivotal role in supporting the health staff and expectant mothers, particularly the first pillar of NRA manifesto to good health. Atim urged the contractor to complete part of the structures within 3 months of defect period.
Before the late RDC passed on, we came to monitor this project when they were working on the maternity, and we were impressed with the work that was going on there. And today I'm here for the technical commissioning. I want to tell you that I'm happy that we have come this far, because this was long overdue. From what doctors told me, this project started way back in 2021. And this is now 2024, the middle. We are even in the next, we are in a new financial year. So it has taken a very long time.
Dennis Galabuzi, engineer in the Ministry of Health, assured the leaders of Zombo district that the structures were technically handed over to help the local people seeking medical attention at the facility.
We are aware this facility should have been handed over a while ago, before this project concluded. But this is among the few facilities that were not able to be completed in the time. And then the contractor kept on working on the site in order to fix some of the issues. Finally, we got guidance from the ministry. Also, after having inspected, we saw that the buildings were at a state that they can actually be occupied. And so that's the purpose that this meeting was called.
In the meantime, Honorable Kushin Grace Freedom, Senior Presidential Advisor, who was the chief guest, appealed to the district leaders to have a planning meeting on how to use the facilities.
The economic growth of the region, because without health, we are not able to economically grow. If you are not healthy, then you have to be in the hospital all the time, you cannot work. But with this facility here, which can now have an operational theater, which is functional, and all these facilities, we really want to thank God for it.
According to Honorable Kuyuchin, the structures were to be handed over in 2021, but due to unavoidable circumstances, the handover took place in 2024.
So I have advised that the technical team, together with the management committee and the contractor, should plan for those defects as they notice them within these 3 months, so that it is done. When we come for the real commissioning of this place, it should be a superb, magnificent place.
Warel Center 4 serves a total population of 2,345 patients, both from DR Congo and 6 sub-counties surrounding the facility. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
On behalf of the President of Uganda and on behalf of the local government, we are here to witness the technical handover.
The civil servants in Moyo district have been cautioned against absenteeism, unauthorized leave, and being at risk of being deleted from the government payroll. This caution comes after gaps in the service delivery were noticed at Moyo General Hospital. Okome Dominic reports more.
Some patients and clients at the mental health clinic in Moyo General Hospital accused the in charge of the facility for misconduct and constant absenteeism from work without permission, which constantly affect service delivery for the patients and clients who always seek medical attention from the facility. Honorable Anyama Williams, the chairman local council 5 Moyo district, after being informed about the gap in the facility, said it has come to their notice that some civil servants deliberately and repeatedly absent themselves from their duties without informing their superiors.
There are other staff who are negligent of their duty. There are those who absent themselves from work without permission. Nobody should leave workplace or go for leave which is not authorized by the responsible office, by COW's office.
But however, cautioned the civil servants to desist from such behaviors or else risk being deleted from the government payroll, adding that those involved in such acts should know that their days are running out.
So people who want to take their work for granted, especially in the health sector, their days are running out. By day, we have vowed now to delete on payroll, on the salary payroll, people who will be found absent from work without permission.
Mrs. Ongerto Jeska, the Chief Administrative Officer Moyo, said after receiving the complaint from the patients, it prompted them to hold a meeting in which they resolve the gaps need to be improved and are hoping for the services to improve following the meeting, because their mission is to have better service delivery to the public in the district.
We had a meeting and we resolved for services to improve, and I'm hoping that they will improve, because that is really our goal as civil service, to serve people better.
Mr. Bessie Bernard, the Senior Hospital Administrator, Moyo General Hospital, said following the concerns raised by some clients about the service gap at the mental health department, they managed to sit down with the staff in that department and identified some gaps which needs to be addressed, and therefore the meeting came up with some resolutions which they will go ahead and implement as the hospital administration and will be able to give feedback to their clients.
Our clients, especially the mental health clients, have raised the concerns about service delivery gaps in that department, and accordingly we sat and we also heard from the staff of that department, and indeed we discovered there were gaps that need to be improved.
He adds that the hospital is under obligation to provide quality services to the public, but however, there are moments when they fall short of such services, but lauded the clients for coming up with such complaints, which helps in evaluating and checking the performance of the hospital.
Obligation, first of all, to provide a satisfactory service, but sometimes we fall short, and when we fall short, we are happy that our clients are able to raise concerns relating to the shortfalls, and when that comes to our attention, we take actions.
According to the information obtained from the hospital, some clients of the mental health clinic accused the in charge of the facility for misconduct, constant absenteeism from the facility, and mistreatment of the clients, something which made the office of Chairman Local Council 5 to direct the hospital administration to conduct some investigation about the department, and were able to confirm what the clients said. It's from this background that the district chairman cautioned the civil servants against such acts or risk being deleted from the government payroll. Dominic Antonio Kumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
The residents of Oludrisel in Arua City have threatened to sue the National Water and Sewage Corporation as they have failed to work on the sewage line, which has become a problem to them. During the survey, it was found that a lot of pollution is happening in the people living around the area. Farish Majid reports.
The residents living along the banks of River Osu in Olodrisel, Ariwara ward in Arua City, have expressed worry over lack of proper maintenance on the pipeline transporting sewage from the city lagoon to the waste treatment plant in Dadamu. According to the locals, the leakage from the pipes is endangering their lives as they risk being affected by diseases as a result of pollution from the leakage pouring into the river.
We are really annoyed, we are not happy, and this is not the only port that we are suffering. Also down there, we are having like five pots, which are actually killing us. This is the same water we're using for washing, even our kids drinking sometimes, because we're having few water points for doing. The small water we're having here, I'm asking people after here, you can come and capture what we're taking there. It is mixed up with this water here.
And these children come and touch this water every day. And after people promising us that they would drill for them some water aside to use, and tell us where this sewage is connecting us, from which point, and how is it going to work? Am I going to go to your office first? That it may work? My children is not coming to this thing. And look, this is something coming from something. Corrupt this water, and I don't have a clean water to drink.
Adakukefa Wilson, a local of the area, who also doubles as the former S3 chairperson for Dadam Sub-County, says if National Water and Sewage Corporation fails to improve on the pipeline, they will join hands with the community members to drag the body to court for the health risks they have been subjected to.
No one is now using this water once this thing starts, and we have been reporting this. I think this is not the first time we have been reporting it. Once we now report and nobody turns up, I think we end up calling what? People to come and gather, and we see way forward for what we are supposed to do. Otherwise, we are very sorry for this, but we are not now going to stop here. We are going to mobilize the communities and take National Water to court. This is already evidence, we already have the evidences. We are mobilizing the communities up to where the sewage stops. The number we will register as many we can. We are taking National Water to court for the risk we are undertaking, and we don't know how long we may live ahead now. So that's the only thing. They have to compensate to bury us before we die.
Similarly, Anguyo Godfrey, the councillor representing Ivunov to Arua City, asked the body to ensure faster response to the matter, or else risk facing resistance from the community members.
So for me, I want to say from this initiative, from this engagement, if National Water and Sewage Corporation cannot finally rectify these breakages, the entire community, we are going to gather ourselves. I will lead them.
And say we don't want.
I will lead them. We are going to move up to your office if we need to be. We shall remove these pipes ourselves. We are going to remove these pipes down, then find your way. If they can fly, if your sewage can fly from where you are collecting it up to where you are receiving it down there, fine. Because what you have done is a disservice. There is no service that you have done to us at all. They say water is life. And now National Water and Sewage Corporation of Uganda is telling us that water is death.
However, in response to the concerns raised by the community members, Ronald Bate, the head of technical operations, working with National Water and Sewage Corporation Arua office, called for calm amongst the members of the public as they look forward to addressing the gaps to ensure the communities are not affected by the project.
As an engineer, I'm here to see how things can be put right. If there is a lose, I'm going to make all possible ways on how best things can be put right. Report is going to be taken to my supervisors and everything. However, today, before we leave the grounds, we want to make sure that this chamber is cleared and the overflow is cleared. It is my humble request.
Amongst the other challenges the community have raised concern over is the change in the design of the program and lack of access to clean and safe drinking water, which National Water and Sewage Corporation promised to address in the shortest time possible. Farish Majid, Nusura Gramia, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Ajimani District stakeholders, together with the Food for the Hungry, a Christian-based organization funded by Transform Aid International, were engaged to discuss the issues concerning the marginalized vulnerability of both refugees and host communities. Onzema Alan reports.
Ajumani District stakeholders, together with Food for the Hungry, a Christian-based organization funded by Transform Aid International, sat to discuss the issues concerning the marginalized, vulnerable, both the refugees and the host communities. This was during the meeting held at Boardroom in Ajumani District Local Government Headquarters with implementing partners supporting the refugees. Edem Marishad, the Assistant Senior Principal Chief Administrative Officer Ajumani, applauded the members of the consortium for the interventions in various areas like livelihoods of the increasing population, thus leading to self-sustainability for both refugees and host communities.
As we speak now, according to the Office of the Prime Minister's report, we have around 235,000 refugees in Ajumani district. And according to UBA's projection and the census report, we are around 245,000 hosts. So therefore, we are 50-50. As we speak now, since 2017, we have been implementing interventions. And through the funding coming from UP, that in NILE, we are able to set up a child youth center to address challenges facing this category of people. You are well aware we have the refugee population coming mostly, the population I've mentioned mostly are women and children. So this intervention that we have been provided has really helped us a lot. First of all, we invested these resources that we're getting from you in the area of livelihood. When we talk about livelihood, we want to produce enough that can sustain the population, that is both host and refugee population.
Reverend Melissa Lipsech, the director of Food for the Hungry, the implementing partners of the district, said they want to improve on the nutrition of children and also change the mindset of the people for development.
But to thank you for your good work in those areas of food security, in food and nutrition, in clean, fresh water, in child rights, in inclusion, in equality, in livelihoods, in peacemaking, very important, and in changing mindsets. Indeed, whilst these individual interventions are very important, as Dorothy has already mentioned, that mindset change that leads to systems change.
Honorable Anyama Ben, the district LC5 chairperson Ajumani, thanked the partners for their collaborative support they have ushered to the people and said it has helped to reduce on the food prices in the district, thus giving food at an affordable prices.
Because of the intervention of the Food for the Hungry, I want to report to you, Madam President, that this year the price of food remains static. It cannot go up, it cannot go down because of the intervention. Because last year and some years, the price of maize in the fight this time is about 1,000 something. But for now, it has remained 400, 300, meaning this intervention has helped a lot.
Mr. Data Peter Taban, the resident district commissioner, Ajumani said there has been good security for the implementing partners, adding that the help came at a time when the refugees need their support because most of the donors are withdrawing their support from Uganda towards the refugees.
They made a big presence, and that has been the role that they play to see that whatever activity they perform goes in line with their security, personal security. As all of you are aware, the donor community is already tired, money is dwindling, and programs are changing. World Food Program is reducing food, but this all poses some challenges which needs more interventions, and these interventions come through ways of support that comes from organizations like Food for Hungry.
According to statistics from the Office of the Prime Minister in charge of Refugees Affairs, indicates that the total number of refugees is almost half of the local in Ajumani district, with most of them in the dire need of support. Peace Ushoki, Unjima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Following the farmers' complaints of prolonged drought registered within Moyo district, farmers have been urged to make good use of the rains by planting second season crops so as to improve on food security. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The urge comes after most farmers within the district had registered complaints of the prolonged drought in the district, which affected most of the crops they planted during the first season, with other farmers vowing to give up on farming after realizing poor harvest. Honorable Asusi Bisam, the Secretary for Finance and Production, Moyo District Local Government, urged the farmers to make good use of the rains and plant second season crops, saying he is well aware of the fact that most crops planted in the first season didn't yield well because of the prolonged drought, but however urged them to go ahead and plant their crops. Maybe this time around they will realize better harvest.
Due to prolonged drought, all the first season crops have some issues. Now that we have received rain, I want to appeal to all farmers to make proper use of this and plant crops for second season. I know it is disheartening to lose crops. Some farmers are saying, for me, I have given up, because even if I do it, either there is going to be too much rain or another drought. So I think the best is to abandon farming.
Mr. Ajiri Alfred, the District Agriculture Officer, Moyo District, advised the farmers to plant specific types of crops in the second season, which runs from this month of July up to late September, so that by the time the rains will stop around November, it will get when their crops are ready and will be able to get good harvest.
Almost all the crops now here, cassava, maize, groundnuts, rice, pigeon pea, cowpeas, can all be planted from now up to August, including simsim. But the rains might be above normal, so when you are planting your crops, you should choose the land. If it is a crop that cannot tolerate flooding, you should choose land that drains easily, so that flooding does not affect the crop where you plant it. Where land is flooded, sometimes it is flooded, you can plant crops like rice. But again, if there's a limitation in the land, during the growth of the crop, you should be able to open waterways to allow the flooded field to drain the water out.
Mr. Duchimoini Andrew, the Agriculture Extension Supervisor with Moyo District Farmers Association, urged the farmers to venture into quick maturing crops and hurry up to plant their crops, saying time is running out and they should act swiftly if they want to realize better harvest.
So my message to the farmers during this second season is that they need to plant early maturing crops so that by the end of the rainy season or season 2, they will be able to realize their harvest. And also, when you look at the agroecological zone of West Nile, we normally receive 2 seasons in a year.
According to reports, most farmers in the district have 2 planting seasons, with the first season being between February to May and the second season being between June to September. However, this year in the district, most farmers didn't realize good harvest during the first planting season due to the prolonged drought, something which has discouraged most of the farmers from planting in the second season because of fear. It's upon this background that the experts are calling upon the farmers to go ahead and plant crops for the second season so as to promote food security in the district. Dominic Antonio Kumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And with that, we've come to